what is the expected time frame from treatment to seeing results with horses?
So I think it really depends on a case-to-case basis, and I think it also depends on what interventions you're doing. So it's a bit of that inflammation versus regeneration. If you've got a horse that's in a tendon and it's not doing very well, and you treat it with a whole lot of regenerative medicine things, for instance, like PRP, which is a very sort of commonly used intervention for tendon injury, it's unlikely that from that particular treatment the horse is going to look better in a week's time. But the quality of your tendon repair in 2-3 months' time, you're going to have a totally different structure, provided you get a threshold number of platelets and all those other things. So
I just want to touch quickly, when you say the threshold number of platelets, people also who are going, perhaps, and I'm just picking a number out here, they go, I've only got 1,000 rand to spend, so I can do one treatment. That's not going to cut it, right? It's, well, depending on the case.
It depends on the system you use.
But okay, so
I think the generally accepted idea with PRP is it can do really good things if you get a threshold number of platelets. Okay. This is particularly in the context of PRP. There's a lot of discussion as to what that threshold number should be. Some people say it needs to be 1 billion platelets. Someone will say something else, and a third person will say something totally different. But for something like PRP, you may be in a situation where you process horse's blood, you get PRP. You could process that same horse's blood in 2 weeks' time and get a totally different product.
So you really need to let your vet guide you and follow their advice.
The best thing you can do is have a good vet advising you that you can trust and that has your horse's best interests at heart.
And follow and commit to the treatment protocol.
And commit to the treatment protocol. And often with things like PRP, you often know you potentially are in for more than just.
And you're not going to see an immediate. I think maybe that's the disappointment, right? As people go, well, I've done the PRP. Where's,
Exactly, where if you did, something more on the anti-inflammatory side, IRAP, A2M, Prostride, all those things, you'll see a difference much sooner. So that's why it sort of depends.
Have the right expectations, basically.
But I think what you said earlier about, how quickly you see a difference, we definitely see that, for instance, with Regenesis. I'd say around 70% of people see a difference after the first injection. But there is quite a big category of people who need that second injection in order to reach that threshold number of circulating growth factors.
So don't back off too soon either.
But also one of the reasons that's why we sell it with the Regenesis kit, the vets get to process 3 treatments at once. So we have some sort of assurity that if a horse is going to get 3 treatments, we're confident enough.
Oh.
Almost always by the second treatment, but worst case by the third treatment.
It's also just you
should have a positive. You should have a really good.
It's a really clever
response.
Company approach. It's just this is it. You have to buy 3, and I think that's a very clever.
I think you give the horse the better chance that way, and that's what we've seen. And if the horse is healthier and happier, you have a healthier. No, you don't, not a healthier owner, but you have a happier owner. And you have an even happier vet.
I think you have a healthier owner because they're going to drink less. It's going to
be, exactly. It's going to be less stress.
Totally.